After a 48-yard punt by Dave Green, the Bears take over at their 20, and Bob Avellini's entrance into the game, along with Harper and Payton in the backfield, was greeted by quite a chorus of boos at Soldier Field, John. 1st and 10, and Payton carries. He needs 26 yards to reach 5,000, and he's got 5 of them on the first down play. Richard Wood, one of the inside linebackers, stopped him with help from Dewey Selman.
So the Bears go to the outside on the first play. Actually, a team like Tampa Bay that has so many quick linebackers, they've stopped Walter Payton the past couple of games they've played against him on the outside. The only place where Walter might get yardage would be more up the center or off tackle.
You got to look at the rest of their offensive lineup, and as we mentioned at the start of the telecast, Albrecht has to try and contain Leroy Selman, and that is tough. Selman with 11 sacks to his credit already. 2nd down and 5, exactly 12 minutes to play in the first quarter, and Payton has about 3 more. Richard Wood again on the stop. 3rd and 2 from the 28. Payton has carried on both plays so far. Some motion along the line. Harper has the first down as a flag flies. He's out to the 38. From the 38, it's 1st and 10. 11:15 showing on the first quarter clock. Payton looking for that 5,000-yard mark. I believe he's got it here and then some. That run ought to put Walter Payton over the 5,000-yard mark for his career. Cedric Brown made the tackle.
Well, that's it for Walter Payton, and now over 5,000. His next mark is to go for Rick Caceres' all-time Chicago Bear record, which is over 5,600 yards. So he could break the all-time Bear record in 4 seasons if he had a big time. Now, let's take a look here. Let's watch the pulling guard, Reeve Story, 69. Roland Harper gets a key block there, as he always does. There's 69, kicking the cornerback out, and then finally Brown gets Walter Payton, and just barely. Walter almost broke that for a long ways.
A 21-yard run to the Tampa 41, and now Payton squirms for a few more yards. Avellini will throw for the first time over the middle, and it is picked off. Cedric Brown with the interception, and he is into Chicago territory. So Avellini's first pass was intercepted, the 15th interception he has suffered this year. Draw play, Roland Harper, and Harper has some of that yardage back. Harper has the first down out near the 30. Cedric Brown makes the tackle. So the Bears are familiar with Ray, who's had good success against them in the past. He'll put it in the air on 3rd and 5. Pumping and throwing over the middle. He has got his tight end, Jim Obradovich, for a first down at about the 34-yard line of the Bears. From this distance, O'Donohue has hit 3 out of 7. For the year, 11 out of 20. He gets it away, it's got the distance, and it's good. A 44-yard field goal by Neil O'Donohue. But this is a much improved Tampa club, which comes in today at 5 and 7. Ray wants to throw on 2nd down and 7, but Alan Page is there for the sack. For Page, his 7th sack of the season. The Vikings said he couldn't play anymore. In Chicago, they think differently.
Let's take a look at Greg Horton, who's going to try and block on him, number 64. He gets around Horton and gets through slick and clean for the sack for Alan Page, whom the Bears picked up as a free agent from the Minnesota Vikings. In fact, he was passed up by several teams on waivers, and the Bears got him, and it turned out to be a real bargain for them.
Long count by Ray. Quick fake to Davis. Time to throw. Everybody covered. Look out. Here comes Hartenstein for the sack. A loose football. And the Bears have it. Jerry Myers pounced on the fumble after Hartenstein knocked it free. And that was a great job all the way around by the Chicago defense, because the secondary had to have everybody covered like a blanket, because Ray had a lot of time to look for receivers and couldn't find anybody.
That's right. You really can't blame the offensive line. Dave Revis was doing the blocking there. He gets hit from the blind side, fumbles the ball. The Chicago Bears have it. Here's another look at it. As you see Dave Pear there being double teamed. Here comes Chambers. Now watch that. It's amazing that ball got through all 5 of those players.
A 16-yard pickup on the play. They measure for the first down, and they have it by the nose of a football. 3rd and 22. Evans is 0 for 1, and he won't try a second. They give it to Payton. Walter out near midfield, but the Bears are going to have to punt. Good blocking on the play. That punt by Green with the roll carried 61 yards. Harper on first down from the 22, dragging people with him. Some coaches shuffle wide receivers or guards coming off the bench with plays. Neil Armstrong shuffling quarterbacks
Okay,
today.
here he comes.
Evans wants to carry. He's got 5 yards. He's got about 8 yards, and he skips out of bounds.
Can you notice how quickly he gets out of the slot down there in his quarterback spot and rolls out? He has amazing quickness. Last play.
2 seconds left as Ray drops back. And he will not get it off. That is the 5th Chicago sack. Osborne was there along with Hartenstein. Scott goes out wide to the right. Richards wide to the left. The handoff to Payton on first down. Walter across the 35, bouncing off a tackler and spinning out to the 37 or 8. 3rd down and 3. 8:35 to play in the 3rd quarter. The Bears still have not put anything on the board.
There they go.
Takes the pass out of the backfield. And Walter has some running room down the sidelines and finally out, but he's in Tampa territory. Jarris White forces him out of bounds.
Well, there was a 3rd down situation. As you see, Walter just comes out of the backfield, gets by Cockney, and then turns on down the field, misses the tackle, and is finally knocked out of bounds by Jarris White. And the Bears finally in Tampa Bay territory on the 43-yard line. A simple play, just bring the lead back. He gets out behind the defensive back and just dump it over to him.
The lights have been on since early in the 2nd quarter at Soldier Field. Payton shifting into a slot right. They hand to Harper. And Roland bulls forward. Behind Harper in the eye, and they give it to Walter. Little trouble on the exchange. It wasn't a clean handoff, but Walter turns it into a good play anyway. A Chicago 1st down. Bashnagel in motion. Harper takes the handoff. And Roland Harper is down inside the 25. Dave Hare on the tackle. This is the best Chicago march of the day so far. With the 3 tight end situation. There's Earl on the right side. Avellini with a play fake and throw. And the catch is made by Greg Latta. And Latta's inside the 5-yard line. His first catch of the game, his 15th reception of the year. And Chicago is knocking on the door.
They ran it off the same formation with Robin Earl and Latta coming out. Here's Payton out in the flat. Latta is a little deeper downfield, wide open. A mistake on the defense because they can't cover. They didn't cover him. And Latta was open down to the 4-yard line. The Bears have a 1st down and their chance to get on the scoreboard.
Out of the eye, Harper is the front man. Now Payton shifts out from behind him to alongside Roland Harper. 2nd and goal. Payton will try and take it around the left side. A block out in front of him, and he's through there for 6. Noah Jackson threw a big block, and Walter Payton took it home.
Well, they took the chance, went to the outside, and it worked. As they went back to the other side, here's a handoff, and you're going to see Aaron Brown, 55, is the guy that had a shot at him, but he slipped right here. He gets down and gets the good block from Noah Jackson, and when Aaron Brown slipped and went down, Walter Payton had an easy jaunt into the end zone for the touchdown.
Mucker wide to the right. We haven't seen much of Morris Owens today. Out with a groin injury. Ray wants to throw on 1st down, and he slips. It's an easy sack for Jim Osborne. After Ray was sacked, now 2nd down and 30. Back at their own 21. Ray down again. That will be the 7th sack. Alan Page with his 2nd individual sack of the game. And now they're looking at 3rd and a very long trip in a cab. 2nd and 10. The ball at the Tampa 34. We're in the last minute of the 3rd quarter. Sort of a variation off the Statue of Liberty, and Roland Harper is down around the 20-yard line, and Jarris White shoves him out. Avellini pumping and then handing the ball to Harper.
A nice new play for the Chicago Bears. You see Payton get his block, and here comes Reeve Sorey to kick his man out. He got a good block on David Lewis, and then Harper took it the rest of the way, finally knocked out of bounds by Jarris White.
A gain of about 15, and Harper unofficially is over 100 yards.
Watch number 60. Here comes Chambers, and who hits him? It's Walter Payton, number 34. Dumped him very nicely. And then the block against Lewis, and then Harper took it the rest of the way.
We've got Harper with 104 yards at this stage, and he adds a few more to his total.
Yes, it is. He had 99 in one game, but this is the first time he's cracked 100. He just needs a few more to go over 800 yards for the year, which would be his biggest year. From the Tampa Bay 10, it's Harper.
him stopped initially, and he bulled his way for that first down. I think he has it. Peyton has scored 9 touchdowns this year. Harper 6. Of course, they could go to the air here on third down and a little more than 3.
With a little rollout.
Avellini wants to throw it.
Run.
Flag. Touchdown, Avellini. And he has turned the boos to cheers at Soldier Field. Noah Jackson, just as he had on Peyton's touchdown run earlier, through the key block, and Avellini scrambles in to put the Bears up 13-3.
So Bob Avellini will get a few cheers, and it was interesting. You'll see Noah Jackson out there pulling, and he's saying, "Come on, Bob, come on, Bob." Good block there by Roland Harper. He says, come on, Bob, follow me." Okay, Avellini says, "Okay, I don't like to run that much, but by God, it's so open." And he gets in there for the touchdown, a la Vince Evans style.
What a great shot of Jackson directing traffic. Peyton lost a yard on the first down carry. Second down and 11 from the 43. Clock is moving, 7:05 left. And Roland Harper out near midfield. No review on high ball.
No, I'll forget that one.
Ray over the middle. And a diving catch by Johnny McKay. Mark it at the 29. Clock moving inside 5.5 minutes. Ray throwing on every down. That is, if he can get it away. I believe that's the 8th Chicago sack. Jim Osborne, who sustained a back injury earlier, now back in the lineup, and he was involved along with Alan Page on the sack.
Alan Page is having himself quite a game here for Chicago. He's been putting constant pressure. If he hasn't gotten there, he's always close.
Exactly 5 minutes left. It's 2nd and 18 from the 21. Ray again, this time with a bit more time. Skips out of trouble and decides to take off. Fumble as he's hit. Who comes up with it in this pile? They're saying Tampa Bay. Fensick had a crack at it, but couldn't find the handle. First thing they got to do is get some heat in the press box so we don't freeze up here.
That puts Walter Payton, I think, over the 100-yard mark. So, for the first time since 1955, 2 Chicago Bears have rushed for over 100 yards in one game.
Now let's see how well you were paying attention. Back in 55 it was.
It was Rick Caceres and Bobby Watkins.
All right, Johnny. That is going to do it. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. And completely dominating the second half, the Chicago Bears.
This time of year, the windy city of Chicago can get mighty cold, rough on the natives. Even worse on visitors from such places as tropical Tampa. On the outside, the Bucs did their best to show that the cold would not affect their play. And for over half the game, such subterfuge seemed to be working for them. But the surging Bears got great performances out of running backs Roland Harper and Walter Payton, who rushed for a combined total of 249 yards. It paved the way for a pair of second-half touchdowns as Chicago beat the frozen Buccaneers 14-3.